Why pets are crucial to our well-being. Hello everybody, Tom here from the Company Code, author, educator, public speaker, all that jazz. I hope you're all well. Thank you for being here today. We're going to discuss today why pets can be vital to our health, our mental health, our well-being, and how I've experienced this firsthand. So, I've got to be really honest with you guys. I don't have a pet at the moment, not one I can call my own anyway. But what I do have is my brother's dog, who is like part of the family. And I'm sure that a lot of you that have pets that are really, really close with your animals would agree. It is like having another person in your family. It really is. You know, Cedric's going to be 10 next year. He's not a young dog really. But he's still got that playful puppy energy that he had when he was a young dog that made us all laugh and smile. He's really, really, really welcoming, friendly and fun to be around. And I have to say, I never thought in my life that I would ever feel so much love towards a pet, especially a dog. I've never really been much of a dog person. I can honestly say I really understand now why the whole thing about a dog being man's best friend. And I mean that collectively as man and woman, not in any way sexist. I meant humankind's best friend, because I've got to be honest, this animal is just pure unconditional love. It's good fun as well. It makes me laugh. And they're always really pleased to see you. Now, a lot of you are going to be watching this thinking, well, what's this got to do with anything? Well, the fact of the matter is this. Think of how many people out there who are elderly, people who are maybe live alone, haven't got anybody, and then you've got a wonderful pet like that, something to put your time and energy into, and you cannot help but feel that it helps you, it helps your well-being. Probably just by taking the shine off you a little bit, it becomes about looking after them as well as yourself. Because it's a big responsibility, as they say. A dog is for life, not just for Christmas. And it's true, when you have any sort of pet over a certain level of responsibility, then it is about making sure you provide for them as well. It is literally like having a child sometimes. And I would absolutely agree. Cedric as a young pup was like having a little nephew. And jokingly, I am referred to as Uncle Tom. So, I'm happy just to be known as that. And don't underestimate how smart animals are. Dogs particularly. Yes. They understand about 300 or so. They can understand hundreds of human words. And when my brother says my name, Uncle Tom, he gets quite excited. And he gets very excited seeing my dad as well, which is known as Grandad. Mainly because my dad plays with him and feeds him. The fact of the matter is, there have been studies about how stroking an animal can relieve stress. And I 100% can see with that. When my anxiety was really bad, having Cedric come and sit next to me, or he being there for me to stroke, did used to calm me down. And it's very soothing, very comforting to know. You know, I think us human beings believe we're separate from nature and that we're above animals. The fact of the matter is, they've got as much right as what we have to be alive. I will not stand for any animal cruelty in any way, shape or form. Some would say, well, are you a meat eater? Yes, I am a meat eater. And some would say that's a bit wrong because obviously animals died for you to eat it. Yes, true. But I'm respectful for that animal passing. And I'm also somebody who would never leave an animal that was in pain or hurt. And I certainly wouldn't never inflict pain on an animal. So as I said, I believe it's got as much right as you and me to be alive. And we should just leave them be. There's a little example here before I finish the video today. So the other day, I was near somebody that's an associate, a colleague of mine from one of my jobs, and I was outside of her house, and a squirrel climbed up the side of the house and it got stuck between the eaves, so between where the roof meets the top of the house, and it couldn't move, and it was making like a could only assume like a panic sound, like a I'm in pain sound. It was a strange noise, and she come out and she said, what's that? And she pointed up to the top, and I remembered I'd seen it go up the wall about 5 minutes before. I says, I think that's a squirrel. Can you see its tail? Sure enough, the squirrel was stuck. And like me, she didn't want to see the animal suffer, and she was going to climb the house to help it out. But I suggested that maybe she gets somebody to help it rather than she try, because animals backed into a corner, particularly wild animals, will probably be afraid of a human coming near it and possibly could bite or scratch or jump at you. So I didn't think it was a good idea for her to be climbing a ladder. There's a possibility a squirrel could bite her or jump on her and make her fall. So I suggested she contacted like the RSPCA or an animal's pest control or something that would help remove that animal safely from the side of the house, so that they didn't have to suffer and get stuck there. Because as I said, I see the value in animals, especially pets, but in all animals really. You know, they've been given this life too, like us. And perhaps I'm a little bit leaning towards the Buddhist mantra in that every living thing deserves to live and deserves to be here, and I really do generally believe that. So yes, definitely find value in your pets. They are wonderful for boosting your feel good, your well-being, and they are part of the family too. I know my brother's dog is, very much so, and we all love him that way. Guys, this is my third and final video of the week. I want to say thank you all for being here, as always. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Put down in the comment section below, do any of you on here have pets, prized pets? Have any of you had any pets years ago that have unfortunately left this life now that you really miss? Because I can remember growing up, I had a pet rabbit. It ran away. His name was Thumper. My sister had a pet rabbit that died, unfortunately. It was Peter. And I remember other dogs in the family. I remember my grandmother's dog, Cindy. She was a bit crazy, but again, that's early memories of me as a boy and that animal. So I had a connection to it, And we do connect and we do get attached to these things, whether we should or should not. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Leave me a thumbs up and a like. And let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know my next content's out. Until then, I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. I really appreciate your time, energy spent here on my channel as always. I will be back next week with another 3 videos, but until then, thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.